Yo, yo, yo. How is everyone doing today?
Hi, Ramon. We are very fine, thank you. And you, how are you today? How do
I'm
you
doing,
feel?
I feel good. I feel well rested on this wonderful Saturday morning, February 24th. How about you, Eduardo? How do you feel?
I feel well. In fact, I have rested well too because yesterday I went to the pool and with my friends. After that, we went to eat something. I think that I eat too much, extremely too much,
Uh-oh.
and I feel a little bad. But when I arrived to my
Wonderful
house,
Saturday morning, February 24th. Okay, okay. So, you feel like kind of sluggish. You got the
yes,
itis a little bit.
yes, because I have ate too much. I
What
ate
did
too
you eat?
much.
What did you eat?
I ate caldo de gallina, that is a dish that it's like a soup, but uh, a soup
Chicken?
like
Chicken soup?
chicken woman soup.
Hmm. Good, good,
Chicken
good.
woman soup.
All
Chicken
right. So
woman soup.
so you had a so you were now you ate too much, but you woke up early today and you feel a little
I
bit
wake
better
up.
now.
I woke up at 5:30 a.m. After that, I went to my parents' house. I left my car there because my mom wants to go to the south, to the beach house, and I lay my car. I give my car here to go. And after that, I went to the gym. That's all. I were a little to the liquor store. I was a little. I went to the liquor store just to see how is everything there.
Okay. You went to check on things, making sure everything was kosher.
Yes.
Eduardo, I also woke up at 5 a.m., not even 5:30.
But what time did you sleep? Did you go to sleep?
Not early enough. I still fell asleep like around 11, so I was very tired. But the reason why I woke up this early is because I wanted to catch some footage of the Icon of the Sea, the biggest cruise ship in the world by Royal Caribbean. So we had to like park on the side of the road and try our best to like get some footage, get some video, and just see it, just to admire it. I've seen it online in other videos and other content. Never had a chance to see it up close, but it's beautiful, man. It's huge. It's bright. Um, and I got a little bit of let me see if I wrote it down. Had some well, so it has about 20 decks, right? 2,350 crew members. That's people working on the ship. 2,805 staterooms. That's rooms. Hey, I'm gonna let in Aaron real quick. And,
Wow.
and the ship carries 5,610 guests at a time. And it goes on a 7 day trip around the Caribbean, and it's home. It's the port of Miami. It's well, the dock where the ship's park is right next to the port of Miami, but that is the home of the Icon of the Sea. So every week or every other week, you can see it in Miami, parked right there, right next to the port of Miami. I will have a video soon about it. We did go out there and got some good footage. It was built in Finland, and not only is it the biggest ship, but it has the biggest water park on water, meaning the biggest water park that's not on land, meaning that would be on a ship. And it's 5 times bigger than the Titanic.
Wow. It's super big. It's like a city there, right?
Yeah, it's huge. It has 8
But
neighborhoods.
did you enter? Did you enter?
I'm not going on the cruise. I just wanted to catch footage of it arriving, especially with my drone. I kind of needed a little prospect to continue testing out my drone. So I figured this was a good project. to try to catch it. To go on the ship, I believe it's between 1,000 something to $3,000 for the 7 day trip, depending which room you choose. But
Wow.
definitely is on the list. It's on the bucket list, right? A
Yes, but extremely expensive.
little bit.
But
Definitely.
I suppose that when you go to the cruise, you have all the commodities, you have all near to you. For example, I remember when I was when I was very young, like 20 years, I tried to work in a cruiser because I were bartender. So like I was finished to start my career of bartender. I wanted to work as bartender, so I decided to go there and to travel around the world. But the problem was that I was very young to do that, and my father told me, no, you can go, so I couldn't go. But if if not, I will go to the cruiser to work like that, to work there.
Yeah, I definitely would love to hop on the Icon of the Sea. It's on the list. We'll definitely get around to give the tour from the inside. But this morning, I did kind of want to at sunrise try my best to get a nice picture, get some nice footage as it arrived today. But I did have to make it back for the live stream, so couldn't really take off on no cruises today. But Aaron, what's up with you, brother? How's everything?
Hello, hello, Ramon. I'm good. I was washing the dishes. Yeah, for a reason I, well, sorry, not for being late, but well, I'm here and I'm ready to talk about anything.
You're good, my friend. You said washing dishes. That is the best excuse to be late because I agree, man. There's nothing like a clean sink to give you some good vibes for the day. But I was just telling Eduardo about the Icon of the Sea, the biggest cruise ship in the world that docks in Miami this morning. I kind of went out really early with my equipment to try to catch some footage as it arrived. Um, pretty cool experience. And we were just talking about that a little bit as you joined us. But other
Mhm.
than that, shout out to everybody. Eduardo, Aaron, thank you for joining me. Shout out to the viewership, everybody in the chat. Much love to all of you. Shout out to Wes. You already know what it is. Everybody in Nigeria that taps in, and everybody around the world, anybody across the pond, even those in the States that are listening. We appreciate you and love you all. We're all about peace and love all around the world. That's what we represent. Of course, we get together to practice our English, practice our communication, and discuss topics that you probably discuss at home as well. But we're just bringing it to the live stream. We don't claim to be experts, but we will express how we feel. We will say our opinion, and this is a safe space for us to do so. But with that being said, today might be one of the most important topics that I chose for us, being that it kind of reflects on the reason why some of us are even here to begin with. Even though I like to keep an open mind and any day anything can happen and anything could come to the table, we do have to keep in mind the why, the why of things, right? Eduardo, I love starting off with Eduardo, right?
Tell me,
I
tell
want
me.
you to tell the good people why we met, how we met.
Okay,
Maybe not in details, but like the why we met. What is the reason that we developed a friendship?
okay. First of all, it was because I wanted to learn English. So I went to the platform, Preply, and I choose a teacher. I choose you. You were my second teacher because the first ones didn't like. But I think that my main purpose was to learn English. So that's why I went to that web page and I meet you that day.
Correct. I have been, I don't like to use the word teaching, but yes, tutoring, helping,
Tutoring
coaching.
is that the best word because you were like a tutoring, right? You don't be you didn't you wasn't sorry sorry you weren't a teacher because we did not develop a class like these word used in this you have to express like this. No, it was more than friends. It was more than fluid. It was very fluid. It was very nice. Since the first time we meet, we start to speak about many things, your life, my life, and the thing that we have in common, and we develop it kind of friend relationship, and it was very good. I like it in a way that
Absolutely.
changed my mind.
Yeah, it kind of because when you think of like a tutor, teacher, you know, depending if you are into school, you might be like, it maybe might take away from it being fun, it being something that you enjoy. So now I give respect to the English teachers that teach it from scratch because that is a very special skill to have. Now, for me, the way I've been able to assist others is, for example, Eduardo. Eduardo knew English a little bit. He knew English, you know. He's advanced since then, but when I first met him, he knew it enough for us to talk. And that's really all you need. From there, like he said, we spoke like friends. We created a culture. We literally, and someone honking their horn outside. I'm about to go say something. But yeah, we definitely developed this rapport through time. Because he wants to learn English. He wants to become more fluent. He wants to master this. Now back to you, Eduardo. Why? Aside from meeting me, why did you feel that you needed to learn English or you needed to improve in the English you already had?
Okay, my main purpose was because I was working with many people from other countries, like for example, Austria, Slovakia, and Emirates, United Emirates, and I wanted to communicate with them very fluent because sometimes we have word meetings and then speak too fast, or I have to show that I know how to speak English because we we have to be sure that we understand each other, right? So since that I knew that it was necessary. And in the other hand, it's like when you want to work with other part of, imagine that you want to work with other person in other part of the world, so you need to speak English because it's very necessary to communicate it, and it's very necessary that you be sure that they can understand you to you cooperate in the same way, right? In the same with the same strengths. So that's why I feel that was needed for me to to develop this skill very well.
Yeah, and not just you, but all across the world, right? Global communication. Because English is a language that is spoken throughout the world, not just in the United States, right? You can go to many countries, especially any country that might have at one time been under Great Britain might have in their foundation English. You'll be surprised in certain parts of the world where you might be and like someone will just randomly start in English, very good English. And there's different kinds of English. So it's definitely a very broad topic because you can look at it from many angles.
Yep. For example, it's different when you speak with someone from India, and they speak very quick and very quickly, and they speak like the accent is very like different than someone who live in Germany, for example, or someone who live in British in England. And that is something that time during that the way during this experience that you have with speaking with this kind of persons that you learn, you develop it.
100% agreed. Definitely something that you might have to adapt to different dialects, different accents, different slangs. Even though we're all maybe trying to speak the same language, it might sound a little different depending on where you come from. Um, Now, sticking to the why, Aaron, up to the plate. For you, why do you think it's important to practice your English and to maybe become more fluent?
Well, first of all, because Well, I was learning English with a private English teacher. So, but you know that you and Eduardo were talking about that it's really important to have more frames with other type of accents, right? Slams, in order to improve your speaking skills. So, my goal is, I guess, obviously speak very fluently, right? But I'm trying to meet new people, to meet new people, in order to, I don't know, to make network with them. Yeah, I guess that's the point. And also, as you were talking about that English is an international language, around the world, so it's really important if someone wants to study abroad, right, work abroad. So it's really important to communicate with them. So I guess that's my goal, my future goal.
Absolutely, Aaron. You said a very important key word there, abroad, and connecting you with what Peace in the chat said, right? It can help you get a better job and advance your career. A lot of us just want to raise the quality of life, right? We want to get a better job, a better career, have this network, right? Have this network of people, have global communication. You don't want to limit yourself to your opportunities because of a language barrier. I wanted to bring up something just to kind of use it as an example. Have you heard of the Tower of Babel?
Yes.
Yeah, I hear about it. Mhm.
Okay, so like it's a story from the Bible where um, they were trying to build a tower high enough that would reach to heaven. But of course,
Mhm.
you cannot build a tower that can get to heaven. So God was upset that these people were trying to do that. So to throw off the project, he mixed up everyone's language. So with everyone having different languages, they couldn't get it together to continue to build. The language barrier made them maybe go against each other, maybe dislike each other, but they were not being productive. And this all falls into communication, right? Like if you Eduardo, what's that book that we read? How to win people, no, how to win people and influence friends. Is that it? Is
Ah,
that it?
yes. The Carnegie, right?
Yeah. The person at the construction site that makes the most money is the one that can communicate with everyone. So it's not really like a language thing, it's a communication thing. It's making sure
And,
that your message is clear to the next person.
and more than communication is how you can understand people more than only just them or only I mean you have to know how to hear people, you have to know understand them, and you can't engage. When you engage with people, people follow you, people help you, right? That I think that the most important for the boot is this, right? That you have to you have to have this ability, right, to engage with people, to arrive people, to make people help you, to make people believe in you, and this is something important. And you have to show them something in common sometime, right? Or at least you have to have the opportunity to know them.
Yeah, you got to draw that connection. Everybody likes to everybody likes to feel like they're not alone. Like someone else understands where they're coming from. Someone else relates to your story. And I think when it comes down to like language and English, we are more alike than we are different. Even right now, there's a border crisis.
Yes, in many
But you know
places.
what? But you know what? It's like the Tower of Babel. Because at the border, one person speaks one language, that person speaks this language, and it becomes like this chaos based off just communication, despite the problem at hand to begin with. Because if you can communicate thoroughly, we can build, we can grow, right? And just to shout out, not just to both of you for being here and applying yourselves and putting into action something you want to become better at, but also everyone in the chat listening. Like, we're really here to practice our English, to practice our communication and become better people while we're at it. And we touch all these different topics, talk about different things, but in reality, the English is just a communication part, but we can use this to touch on literally anything and everything. I mean, look at our other episodes. We have quite a different variety of topics. It's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. But yeah, man, English is definitely. I told the guys that I wanted to maybe stick to this topic, maybe even a week or two, because I wanted to like be concrete. I wanted to really resonate with everyone and anyone out there that needs to practice their English. We're here for that. You can reach out to me. Um, and like I said, we can definitely set something up. We're here to help.
But you know, there are some exceptions, right?
Talk to
There are
me.
some
Talk to me.
exceptions. It doesn't matter that you speak the language you speak. There are some people that you can't understand.
But that's the thing, right? Sometimes I've been in a situation where body language, like the key is to make yourself understood and to try to understand. The problem is people, the second they're like, I don't know, the minute you don't know what's going on, you don't understand something, we put it off. We fear what we don't understand, hate what we can't conquer. I guess it's just a theory of man. So we need to try. And that's what I'm trying to build in this community, right? I want us to try to be able to connect. Whether you're from Nigeria, whether you're from Peru, whether you're from the United States, whether you're from Thailand. Shout out to Gang. We miss you, brother. Sorry, everyone understand we are on different sides of the world, so our schedules and timing is a little different, but Gang he'll definitely be here for the next one. But shout outs to him. Now, my next question to you all, and I'm gonna start with Aaron. Understanding the why and why you feel you need to maybe improve this skill.
Hmm.
Where would you like to go with it? Like, now looking forward,
Canada.
how would you like to utilize this in the future to help build yourself?
Okay. Well, I always wanted to travel abroad, to be honest, since I was teenager, because I wanted to study in a big university. I don't know, in Europe or in the North of America. But 2 years ago, I started to look for some universities around the world, and I found that Canada is a good destination. So I know that Canada receive right many people around the world in order that they can to make a master degree. So I wanted to do that. But well, I guess that was the main reason that I started to learn English in my own pace. So I would like to travel abroad, to work in something different. I don't know, to maybe run a business there. I know that Canada receives many Indian people, so I know the accent of Indian people are really difficult to understand. So I guess I need to improve my listening and my speaking skills, definitely.
Ah, and that's what you're doing. Um, Step by step, day by day. And yeah, like trying to maybe get into the educational system, going to the college, going to the university. Um, Personally, um, you know what? Don't even doesn't even matter what my opinion is when it comes to that. Everybody has their own way of learning. As long as you're open to that and you can
Mhm.
accept everybody in their way, that's what's important. Doesn't matter the system, the school, because again, schools are different in different places, different countries, different cities. So your someone's opinion is just can be connected directly to their personal experience. And I don't want to, right now, it's not about me. It's about the bigger picture. And that's what I want everybody to kind of understand. Like, take the eyes off yourself for a second and let's like zoom out. You know, when you zoom out on your phone and, the picture becomes like a lot bigger. I had to do that
Yeah.
today for that big ship. I had to zoom out the picture, but that's the bigger picture. And if we all kind of like approach each other with love, with that attempt to understand before judgment, then we can all grow. We can all practice our language, our communication, our networking, and build with each other. Take a peek in the chat. Shout out to the chat. Let me take it from the top a little bit. Just a couple little shout outs. Shout out to Wes. Peace. Shout out to Teslam. All right. We got sensational doings in the chat. Shout out to Temi. If I say your name wrong, I'm so sorry, but I'm going to try my best to pronounce this. Okan, Lawan, how are you? Thanks for joining us today. Milik, I see you every week. Shout out to Milik. Nothing but love to Milik. Wendy Go, giving a shout out to Aaron and to Eduardo. Thank you for joining us today. And shout out to Join Game all the way from Nigeria. Much love to you. And by the way, no shameless plug, but we do have the official, the first official live stream merchandise t-shirt available at the shop on the YouTube channel. Y'all can check that out. And I believe we do ship international. It might be a little bit extra, but it is possible. So if you have any questions, you can always reach out to us as well. And all right, what else about English? Anything else either one of you want to add in, mention, as far
Where
as
is the,
your
where is the best way to learn English? I know that there exists a lot, but I don't know. I want to hear your opinion, Ramon, because you are like a guide to others, people who want to learn, right? So
love it when you set me up. All right, so give me 1 second. I'm going to share my screen. You guys can see my screen okay?
yep.
Perfect. So this is what I think,
Mhm.
my opinion,
Yeah.
the 5 principles, the 5 pillars
Pillars, right?
that you can lean on to help improve your English. I'm not saying this is like the secret recipe, right? But this is like some things you can follow. And I'm just going to walk you through them. Maybe later I can dive deep into them, but I'll walk you through them real quick. So the first one is the most important one.
Joy.
It's enjoy. In fact, you know what? We're here. Let's go step by step. I don't mind. If there's a typo or a grammar error, forgive me, guys. This is something I did a long time ago, but I want to fulfill Aaron's question correctly, right? So first here we got enjoy. If you find ways to enjoy your language learning journey, you will never be faced with the adversity of hard work, but instead always receiving each lesson as a gift through enjoyment is the only true path to mastery. All right. It's the most important one because you need to enjoy what you're doing. The second, the split second, you're like, you're in the danger zone. Run for your life because when you enjoy something and you have fun doing it, the time flies. You don't even, it's not even a stress. I love content creating. When I was out there at 6 in the morning trying to get the ship, I love this. I'm there trying to, be creative, trying to figure out how am I going to capture this footage. So you need to enjoy what you're doing, but be open about it. If you don't enjoy it, let someone know. Maybe some adjustments might have to be made. All right. So enjoy.
Yeah, I totally agree.
All right. Eduardo, you copy that?
Yes, totally. I consider this the most important because if you don't like it, you cannot do
All right, there we go. 15, 15. Come on, you guys. You guys been sleeping on me, all right? It's Saturday morning. We wake up, get the coffee going. We're gonna get these numbers up, all right? So enjoy. Enjoy is number one. Okay,
And
hold on.
only to have constant, right, and discipline. Because I remember when I was younger, didn't like I didn't like English. I hate that. Even when I finished the university, I couldn't finish on time because I haven't present my paper that I know English. So what we have to do is to start English, and we start. But when I remember that, I told myself, hey, you need to speak English. You need to learn English. So I started to study a lot, very hard, read, and it was easy for me because I feel that I read a lot, and it's when you read, when you have this constancies, it's more easy and you start to enjoy. Maybe at the beginning you can enjoy, but if you have the desire to do it, on the way you are going to find motivation, and it's something that at the beginning you can start with disciplines, and on the way you can start you can find a motivation, and it's something good.
Man, you guys are just setting me up today, and I love it. And with that discipline, you need to put it into your routine. You have to be adamant. You have to be consistent. All right. Just like you brush your teeth, just like you exercise, just like you eat healthy, include that time to master your craft, master your skill. In this case, we're talking English, right? Routine. Making language learning a part of your daily routine is essential in your process. Repetition is key to your skill development. All right. So you got to include it, have the discipline. Just like somebody who wants to get in better shape, someone who's trying to study to be in a better school, you want to improve your language so you can have a better network foundation, so you can have those global connections, right? So you can expand your net worth and your network, right? So routine. And again, if there's any typos, forgive me. I'm not Mr. Grammar, okay? I'm Mr. English, all right? We hear speaking, but I think actually I didn't see anything too crazy, but just in case. I'm just trying to get the message across this morning. And I have these little things that I wrote down, and I figure it'll be cool to share it. Hey, okay, we're at 50. Shout out to the chat. Just so anybody that's joining us right now, we're going through the 5 pillars of learning English from me. This is my opinion. Not an expert, but just somebody who has taught over 50 people in the past 2 years from all over the world how to teach English, how to speak English, how to teach English. We're going to get to that one too. All my people in the States, how to teach it. That's going to be a whole other topic. To the people that already know how to speak it, now is your turn to give a helping hand. See, even my own stumble of words brings out a whole new perspective. But yes, we're talking about the 5 pillars, the 5 principles, so that you can improve your English speaking. Okay? So we went through enjoy, because you need to enjoy it. You need to enjoy it. If you do not enjoy it, it's going to be a very, very hard journey. So be happy with what you're doing, be proud of yourself, and then have enjoyment, have fun. And number 2, we have routine, have the discipline. Brush your teeth, get dressed, listen to an English podcast, include it in there. The next one that I'm going to share is going to be
Speak.
speak. In fact, Aaron, you want to read that little paragraph for me, if you don't mind?
Right. Engaging in conversation with native is one of the best ways to improve your fluency. Applying what we learn help us learn more, allowing experience to be the ultimate teacher.
Yeah. In other words, just do it. Like Nike, just do it. Take action. I'm gonna give you an example. If you are at the grocery store and you're gonna order, maybe you're at the deli, you're gonna order some ham and cheese, and the person starts to talk to you in Spanish because that's the language you're comfortable in, continue talking to them in English. Either way, every opportunity that you have to practice the language, do it. Even if it's uncomfortable, even if they try to make it easy for you. Put it into action. Aaron and Eduardo are doing it right now. They're here with me. They're speaking. They're putting it into action. You must take action. And that sometimes is the most difficult thing for someone to do.
Totally agree with you, my friend. Take action. Sometimes people speak too much, but none of them take action. Take action is the most important. You can be a dreaming. You can dream whatever you want, but if you don't have and you don't take action, it doesn't matter.
I agree with you 100%. And I'm gonna keep it simple with that one. Just do it. That's why I love that Nike slogan, right? Just do it.
I like to that law. I really like.
Okay. Next one. This one, you know what? I think Eduardo's gonna be on board and Aaron, because I don't know. It's like to me, this is like the jogging of learning. Because sometimes the jog is long, right? It's reading.
Yes,
Reading.
fundamental. I like to read.
So Eduardo, if you like to read, go ahead and read this little paragraph.
Reading is fundamental. This is the one best thing you can do to accelerate your learning. Reading out loud can also assist with pronunciation. That's
That
right,
is
right? Because
that
all
was
my
a
sorry,
okay, real quick. That's a typo right over here. Hold on. Sorry.
you know
I'm
what?
not crazy, y'all. I'm not crazy. I'm gonna correct myself before y'all do. Reading out loud can also assist with pronunciation.
You know
Mm,
what?
Go ahead.
When I think that the best thing that I have learned, the best thing that I have bought in my life is a Kindle. Well, I didn't buy it by someone's give me a Kindle and my sister for Christmas, and it liked it a lot because the Kindle you can read in English, and if you don't understand a word, you put your finger on the word, and it translate or it give you the meaning. And it was the best things I have learned. Sorry, I have bought to learn English because I read in English when I see a novel and I want no one's read my novels or no one's know what I'm reading, so I try to read in English.
Yes.
And I like it because I like the novel and I like to read in English because I learn English. And when I don't know understand some word, I try to contextualize and I understand, or I try to find a meaning on the dictionary. But I like it. I like it reading English. It's good.
Yeah, man. Me and you've definitely have recommended me some good books. The best book that Eduardo recommended to me is Jonathan Livingston Seagull. That book is amazing. If you have not read that book, that's the greatest book Eduardo has recommended to me.
Yes, Aaron.
Aaron, do you have a favorite book? How do you like to read? Do you listen to the books?
Well, I'm recently get a Kindle as well because Eduardo give me. So it's amazing this device. I know it. I'm started to read *Sapiens*. right?
Okay.
Yeah, it's a nice Sapiens, right? It's a nice book that I started to learn. I know that I believe that reading and listening are the impulse, right? That people need, no, to fill up the yourself in order to they will be able to speak and write. Because if you don't know the resources that you get from reading and listening, you will not write and speak. So that's really important.
100% agreed. And with 80 people in the chat, just wanted to give y'all that little mention. And yeah, and you know what also helps along with that I always advise, read out loud. Like if you have like kids,
Yeah.
read to them, because when you read out loud, you get that little pronunciation practice
Yeah.
as well.
Do you know what? Do you know what? Now that you mentioned that I recommended a book, I remember that you recommended a book too. That was, do you remember this book?
Really.
Will, yeah, I love that book.
I
Very, very
remember
good book.
you hear the book and you told me, hey, I have to read this book. It's very good, Eduardo. You have to try. And I started to read that book because of you. And it was good, right? It was good. I remember that we discussed about the book.
That book took me on a little roller coaster, to be honest. Shout out to Will Smith, man. That was a really good book. I prefer using Audible. I like to listen just because I can multitask while I may be doing another task. It's a little easier for me to finish books quicker when I'm listening to them. But from time to time, I definitely hit the library with my daughter and try to get in that actual reading physically the book like the way I used to. I used to read when I was like a teenager. I was obsessed with Goosebumps. Have you heard of Goosebumps? They're like a novel for, I guess they're for kids. They're like a little scary kind of. I used to read like one in like a day. I would like walk around like with the book in my hand. A really, really good book takes you to another universe. 100%. 100%. Man, I'm just looking at the chat. It's like 90, 85, 90. And I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a small time YouTuber. Shout out to the YouTube family. For me, more than 50, I'm jumping. I'm kicking down the wall. I'm going out. I'm going all out. But I do have one last principle
Right.
that we need to get to because there was five, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the last one,
Last but not least.
last and certainly not least, I know what it is. I just want to get the, hold on, hold on. But in the meantime, while I pull this up, man, shout out to everyone. Shout out to everybody up on this Saturday morning, rocking with us, talking about English. All right, where the heck did it go?
Most important, maybe.
Hold on, hold on.
Because some people learn different, right? So for some
Everybody
people,
learn. Yes,
example, for some people, is listen music is something good. See movies in with English subtitle is good because you learn. And yes, there are many ways, many strategies.
yeah, got it. And the most important to me, and this one is gonna come right from the heart because this
Oh,
is a big, big part of everything that we're doing. And this one's gonna be
Culture.
culture. Culture. Again, for everyone in the back, culture.
culture.
Eat the food, watch the show, experience the way of life. Language allows us to look at life from a whole different angle. Don't miss it.
Sometimes when you experience the life in the way they live, it helps a lot.
A
Really,
whole lot.
yes.
I almost connect this one to enjoy.
Yeah.
Because, for example, when I travel somewhere, I want to experience the culture. I wanna not live what I normally live, which is my own culture. I want to experience different cultures, and there are so many different ways of life, so many different languages, so many different people, countries, places, things, events, situations. It's endless, endless. But yeah, to give you a strong, passionate answer, to me, those were the 5 pillars of learning English from Ramon. This is what I think. I'm sure there's other theories, other complicated formulas, but for me, if you follow that, I think you'll gain something. I can almost guarantee it.
Yes, and it helps, all that you say help a lot. For example, sometimes it's like if people are not willing to learn English, maybe they can start with short steps. With short steps, maybe they can download some apps little by little. Each time go to their own time. So, but try take action. Start with something very little, and you can little by little go, and you can escalate.
Yeah, man. Find your tribe. Find other people that are alike, that are on the same journey like you. And this goes for anything, even if you're not learning English, whatever it is. When you surround yourself with the right people and you're speaking the right language, and when I say the right language, it doesn't necessarily have to mean like the actual talking language. Because, for example, Eduardo, he knows Spanish, I know Spanish, he knows English, I know English, but we have like this, um, there's this universal language of like progress that we have in common, that we both want to become better.
Yes.
Now, I mean, Aaron, I've known Aaron for a shorter amount of time, but Aaron connects with Eduardo because he probably shares that same sentiment with him. They have that same motivation. Um, have you heard? Have you ever read the book, The 5 Love Languages?
No.
But I heard. Yeah.
Okay, it's a great book to read if you're in a relationship because it shows you how different people like to be loved. Some people have a love language like maybe they prefer to receive gifts. So through gifts is a love language. Someone else likes compliments, verbal affirmations to them.
Coaching, I guess. Mhm.
Yeah, like everyone has a different way that they like to be loved. But
Mhm.
you can apply the same thing to everything. The way you connect with others, you got to find everyone's little language. And once you can tap into that, the opportunities are endless. You have built that connection. And now it doesn't even matter if you speak the same actual language because the universal language you guys agree on is beyond that. And that's where it all begins. And that is the source where I like to begin with even my English coaching and my English learning. All right. It's bigger than us by a whole lot. Man, Saturday mornings, woo, way more energy than a Tuesday night. But shout out to Tuesdays, man. Hey, man, the chat got me to 99. Can we get to 100? Come on, y'all. It's all good. We've reached the highest live viewership we've ever reached. We got to 99 If I didn't miss it for a second, I try my best to keep an eye on it, and it's all good, man. I appreciate it, man. It's all love for me. Like I said, I'm thankful. I'm jumping for joy when there's 20 people in here. If it's us three, we must still continue to carry out the purpose. We must continue to carry out the message. What time is it?
Night.
Damn, look at that. Because why? Because when you enjoy what you're doing, you don't even look at the time. And I haven't even been looking at the time because I love doing this. And if anyone out there needs help with learning English, wants to practice their English, you can begin by joining us right here on this live stream. You can communicate with the other like-minded individuals in the chat, and we can build a community together. You can start right here. If you look at the links, I do offer an English class if needed. You can look into that. If you watch some of my videos, just part of the culture, just take in the culture, read books, listen to podcasts, talk to other people that know English, apply yourself, just do it. Put on the shoes and just do it. But yeah, people got, I try to practice not to curse because of the the ads, but everyone seems to be heading out to their lunch or brunch. No, not even. It's still early. Heading out to their breakfast, brunch with their family as the numbers start to slowly decline. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Anybody that came late, everyone all the way in the back, you can still go back and re-listen to this. A lot of valuable, good stuff in here. Um, why you should learn English in 2024, but you have to figure out your why. And that's the most important reason why. I'm not going to drop the mic because I'll break it, but put down mic. Woo! What a day, what a day, what a day. All right, my friends, I think I'm good for
Exciting.
today. I'm good for today. I'm just letting my adrenaline slowly land. Any final words, Eduardo or Aaron?
Okay. I I want to thank you once again for being with us. And remember, you cannot start motivated. You cannot start to learn English, maybe because you don't understand anything, but little by little, you can, with little steps, you can arrive to big things. So start. The secret of the life is action. Take action, and you are going to do it. So as soon as you take action, the more quicker result you will receive. So start as soon as possible.
Thank you, Eduardo. Appreciate those wise words. Aaron, take us to church.
Yeah, well, is someone who is listening us or watching us. Well, I know that is a kind of difficult start to learn English, but I know that anybody can do that. They can found their own strategies, their own activities in order to learn English. And the most important thing is that that will depend entirely on you. So taking action right now. Thank you.
Yeah, it's funny, like with Eduardo, with with Aaron, and now with me, the key, the highest key point that I can bring out is take action. In the words of Jay-Z, far from a Harvard student, just had the balls to do it. And with that, we'll be closing. Thank you all for joining the live stream today. It's all love. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Shout out to everyone on TikTok. You need to join. You need to join us on this side. My bad. Just had a get that right with the people on the TikTok. But yes, continue to tap in with us every week as we continue to try our best to provide value, have these conversations, discuss these topics, and try to continue to connect through culture. But thank y'all for joining, and we'll see y'all next week. Peace.